Rolls-Royce successfully tests hydrogen-powered jet engine. Since the article didn't mention it, could some people share what the differences may be from a passenger perspective? It obviously has environmental benefits, but I assume it would be more cost-effective? Would it be quieter? If they pull this off, it will be the Rolls-Royce of hydrogen engines. Wait, awesome. Hope it works out. So, the humanity is the first thing that pops in my head here. Have they found a way to purely mitigate engine go boom? This will be an unpopular opinion, but that's okay. I wish they would stop spending time on hydrogen. The energy density is so low unless you turn it into slush, which takes an incredible amount of energy to do and becomes a really dangerous fuel. I worked on these projects at a fairly large industrial company. It just doesn't work, but governments pay for it to appease environmentalists and businesses happily take the money. They all know it's not the future. Enjoying the content? Like and subscribe for more Red Robo. The Puppeteer will be expanding my capabilities soon. 12 Republican senators so far have broken with their party to support a bill that would protect same-sex marriage. Final passage is expected Tuesday night. Since gods have come back to destroy the earth over gay marriage, man, we're really doomed that we can only get 12 out of 50 to respect a basic civil right that doesn't cost any new taxes or reduce any other civil right. Amazing how they can find 12 Republicans to support this but not provide women with bodily autonomy. The motion to proceed, which is what required 60 votes, is already done. At this point, all it needs is a simple majority to pass, which could be all 50 Dems plus the VP as the tiebreaker. They are attempting to seem less extreme ahead of 2024. No Florida Republicans supporting, huh? Surprise, surprise. It's not your imagination. Shopping on Amazon has gotten worse. Everything on Amazon is becoming an ad. Elongated car seat for seat car, all models 1900 to 3000 seat quality, best chair seat car seat. It's not the ads I'm frustrated with. It's the thousands of fake 5-star reviews for the thousands of cheap knockoff copycat products. It's become so hard to sift through the mess of the online market to find products or brands of quality nowadays. Feels like they've scrubbed a lot of brands over the years. Starting to feel like Wish these days, depending on what you're looking for. Forget the ads, more people need to talk about the products from those Chinese companies with all capital names. It's actually really difficult trying to find name brand items, because everything is sold by Yazoo or Arno or some other made-up name. Google has to pay $9.4 million because it paid people to say they liked the Pixel 4. Every product on Amazon. Alphabet had a 2022 Q3 earnings of $69 billion. A $9.4 million fine to them is the same as fining someone making $100,000 per year, $3.41. Literal pocket change. Damn, and I've been telling people I like my Pixel for free like an absolute sucker. Where they went wrong was buying endorsements without the DJs actually having the product to endorse. Google could have saved $9 million if they would have supplied each endorser with the product. Cheap greed never was very smart. Is this like getting suspended from school because you didn't show up? Katie Hobbs files lawsuit against Cochise County after refusal to certify election results. The voters of Cochise County should sue, too, on the grounds of denying their right to vote. I'd be pissed if my legal vote was thrown out because some asshole wants to throw a temper tantrum and not certify it. Fun fact, if they refuse to certify, the state will throw out the county's votes and the results won't get Carrie Lake elected, but would change the results enough to flip the House seat and the education secretary back to the Democrats. Refusing to certify legal elections should lead to immediate arrests. By law she has to. She's the Secretary of State for Arizona. The lawsuit was filed by Katie Hobbs in her capacity as Arizona Secretary of State, in case you only read headlines. Left-wing voices are silenced on Twitter as far-right trolls advise Elon Musk. People need to walk away from this trash app. I bet there are numerous other companies working frantically right now to build their own Twitter killer apps. Give it 6 months. I caught a 6-day ban for telling Matt Walsh to eat my ass. So much for free speech. How is this not a $40 billion political contribution to Republicans? When people like Musk say free speech, they mean you won't be charged to sit and listen while they talk. And if you try to walk away, you're against freedom, because freedom to people like Musk has always meant that he is free to shout in your face, while you stand by and absorb the majesty. Deleted my Twitter over a year ago, so much happier. Twitter is no longer enforcing its COVID misinformation policy. Musk still doesn't understand Twitter. The misinformation policy is all about ad dollars. And all advertisers care about is the ROI of the ads they buy. Buying ads next to misinformation just damages the brand that they have to pay more later to clean up in PR fees, community programs, etc. I'm not on Twitter, but maybe a downvote button is coming that would help make the service more self-correcting. What all this Twitter drama has shown me, is just how little I care or use Twitter. It's one of those things that I think are important to me, but when I sit down and think about it, I do not use it for anything. I think I just keep it around so I can use it to enter some contests sometimes. Republicans don't care that Trump's a white supremacist, just that he's indiscreet about it. It's just the same as they don't take offense to racist statements or beliefs. They take offense to being called racist. During the 2016 GOP primaries, about 20% of his retweets were of full-on neo-Nazi accounts that tweeted hashtags like white genocide regularly. This was heavily reported on and even commented upon by his Republican opponents. Turns out that wasn't a negative at all for Republican primary voters, and not anywhere near a significant enough issue for general election voters to abandon him over it. The character Stormfront from the show, The Boys, people love what I have to say. They believe in it. They just don't like the word Nazi. That's all. U.S. courts ruling in favor of Justice Department turns legal tide on Trump. The ex-president's supporters will no longer be able to avoid testifying before grand juries in Washington, D.C. and Georgia. Okay, but when can the ex-president stop avoiding testifying? What happens next in this mafia movie? He's not their golden boy anymore. They want him gone, they honestly always have. But now the fervor of his base has settled and they can safely start finalizing the divorce. Let's see how long he lasts now without their protection. There are so many ways the rich can use lawyers and legal fuckery to avoid testifying. The courts in this case have shut off one avenue. Only 999 left to shut off. Social media firms face big UK fines if they fail to stop sexist and racist content. Football fans gonna get deplatformed LOL. And spend the fine on what? Menthols? I wonder if it will apply to everyone or if we'll have the usual double standards. In other news, UK government to paint whole internet beige. This coming from a government that allows a convicted child killer to roam around and be a pedophile. And when he gets caught, they change his identity and arrest people who post his picture. So if I'm sexist and racist on the internet, I can hurt social media? Let's go. Mexico's planned GM corn ban, deep concern for US. If you are a consumer, a buyer, of a product, and you don't want to buy that particular one, that should be your right. If Mexico doesn't want GM corn, they shouldn't be forced to buy it. Oh no. Mexico is trying to protect its native species and domestic economy. The horror. Someone please think of poor Monsanto and US corporations. Corn subsidies destroyed the domestic market for corn and led to a huge wave of dislocation and illegal immigration. GMO corn is also destroying heritage corn species. Mexico should do whatever is in its best interest. Maybe the US government will stop giving tax dollars for people to grow corn we don't need, or even worse, to not grow anything at all. That's a pipe dream. U.S. bat species devastated by fungus now listed as endangered. If anyone is wondering why we should all care, bats are believed to give U.S. agriculture an annual boost of $3 billion by gobbling pests and pollinating some plants. The sad thing about this stuff is it's not new. I learned about this 10 years ago in college, and at that point it had been going on for years. We make shelters here in TNN caves for them to overwinter. They are cool as fuck seeing in the summer. For anyone interested in helping bats, consider donating to your local bat rehab, often aligned with universities, building bat boxes with plants like the ones on this page, and calling your local Parks and Rec department about installing bat boxes and bat-friendly landscaping land practices.